Who is Madison Bosstick? Now, before we take a look at her journey and who she is, let's take a minute and watch her 1-minute me video. Now that we have watched her 1-minute video, please walk with me through this journey of unwrapping who Madison Bosstick is through my lens. Maddie. So Madison has a public side, a real side, and an ideal side. And just an overview of what I'm going to be talking about today, Madison's real side is a reserved intellect, and her public side is a funny, passionate athlete, and her ideal side is a world changer and innovator in the healthcare system. Now, allow me to dive deep and start off by her public side. Madison is quite reserved. I remember when I first saw her when we were assigned this partner speech. She was just reserved. Her facial expressions show that she is a reserved intellect. That is my first point of view of who Maddie is. And as I was speaking to her, she noted the same, that most people actually find her to be a lot reserved than I did. She shared a story of how she met her best friend in high school, which I found to be extremely funny. Because in high school, she was just minding her own business like what Madison Bosstick usually does. And her best friend, well, then he wasn't her best friend yet. He came over to her to make a conversation, and she scooted her desk over. And that awkward experience forged the most valuable relationship that she has right now. Although this story puts Madison in a position of being reserved, it also puts her in a position of being open-minded, because that awkward position she was in made her open her mind well enough to establish a long life relationship with her now best friend, which I find to be incredible. Now that we've looked at Madison's public side, let us dive deep into her real side. Who is Madison Bosstick really? Madison Bosstick is funny. That is the first thing that I discovered the moment I started talking to Maddie. She is the most funny person I have ever seen in my life, which is extremely comforting because being funny comes off with a warmth that Maddie has. Not only is she funny, Maddie is passionate. Now you may think that how come she's an athlete? Why don't the public see it? It's because Maddie has been through a lot. Back when she was at Johnson & Wales, she tore her Achilles. She is a passionate volleyball player, but after that challenge of the Achilles injury, it took a toll on her. That is the real Maddie. The Maddie who is making little strides, baby steps, but still making those steps to get back to where she wants to be, to get back on that field, because that is how much she loves volleyball. That is the Maddie with volleyball. And the real side of her is working day and night, going to the gym to try to get herself to that level that she was. Now that we have looked at the real side of Maddie, let us take a look at her ideal side. The ideal side of Madison Bosstick is a world changer. I commended hearing her talking about how she wants to change the world by changing the healthcare systems. She wants to help people. She wants to be able to help the minorities in healthcare who cannot help themselves. And for that, that is a true ideal version of Maddie, who she wants to become. And I commend her for it. Maddie is an amazing person, and I had fun getting to know her. And I asked her what her funny quote was, and she said, "Hard work pays off." So now that we have looked at the public, the real, and the ideal version of Madison Bostic, we now know who Maddie is. Thank you.